incredible story. Out of 16,000 entries from 57 countries, only the top 111 images were chosen for the 2009 Art of Photography show. And 3 of them were taken by local photographer Jeff Wiant. We are so thrilled to have him here today to tell us the stories behind his photos, plus what we can expect to see at this year's shows. It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you very much.
What I think is amazing is you started at 15 years old, taking photography as a hobby and a passion, and you've just never let it go.
No, I haven't put a camera down since. It's been a pretty amazing 25 years, actually.
Finding out that 3 pieces of your work were going to be in this amazing show with all that international, competition, how did that feel?
I was very honored, even just to be mentioned in the show, and to get 3 images in such a prestigious photo exhibit was just absolutely amazing.
And you are a professional photographer. I mean, this is something that you do for a living. And I want to kind of give a preface of these images. This is a gentleman. There's 3 gentlemen that your photography is featuring, and from the Street of Dreams, an organization that you've worked for 11 years. Tell us a little bit about the program and why you take pictures of these gentlemen.
Well, the program teaches at-risk youth about self-expression through poetry and art. And Teresa Gunn, the founder of the program, I've been working with her for 11 years since she started the program. And typically I'll come in and I will be with the classes from the first day. I'll be photographing them, I'll be videotaping them, and about halfway through they will have warmed up to me, so to speak, and gotten used to me, and I will go ahead and do a formal portrait session and put those images together with their poetry for a final product.
That's amazing. And I want to talk specifically, I know these are very unique cases, but we have Jaime, and he is to the picture right to the left of Jeff. If we can get a close-up shot of that one. It's amazing because all 3 of these gentlemen have very different stories. All at-risk youth, either incarcerated in prison, come from families of drug addicts and just very at-risk situations. They enter this program to be able to express themselves through poetry, and you help them find a more productive path in society. Yeah, no,
it's a fulfilling project. It's probably the most important thing I've ever done.
Tell us about this kid. Tell us about
Jaime. He had some issues being in gangs and where he lived, and it really wasn't until I got to know him and through the program that I really got an understanding that in a lot of cases they have no choice. And in Jaime's case, he really had to choose. He had to choose a side, and that was very difficult. And you could tell through his poetry and through his writings and through some of the other photos I took of him that he really didn't want to have to make that choice, but his life circumstances brought that about.
And Rene, we have a picture of Rene.
He was a very outspoken young gentleman, and again, his life circumstances kind of dictated his where he was, and I wish Rene the best. I think he's probably doing really well because he was very passionate about his poetry and art and so forth. So.
Okay, and Rene is the picture right here, right next to me. And then the last photograph of the gentleman.
He was also, again, a very charismatic person, and his background with his home life, I don't think was very positive, and he really looked at his uncles and the gentlemen in his life for guidance, and through poetry and art, I think he found that he could become his own man, and he could set his own direction.
It seems like you are just so phenomenal at being able to capture the emotion through their facial expressions, their eyes, and there's so many other great works also at the Art of Photography show.
Absolutely,
if we go out there, it's through November 1st. Tell us some of the other things that we'll see.
There's some wonderful landscape photography, wonderful portrait series it's an amazing exhibit. Charlotte Cotton did a wonderful job.